Hi there, I'm Coach Craig Kenneth, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about online dating etiquette. So, the reason that I did this video is I've had several women message me asking me to help you guys out. A lot of people are doing online dating and I think that's great. I think it's a great avenue to meet new people, but so many guys are clueless in how to message a girl and how to behave online. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about, first I want you guys to understand what it's like for women and using online dating, like apps or websites. It's completely different from what it's like for us guys, okay? For a woman, it's extremely overwhelming. They are constantly bombarded by emails and messages. So, you have some dating apps like Tinder or Bumble where the girl has to mutually match with you. So, in those apps or websites or whatever, where it's a mutual match, it's a little bit more controlled because she actually has to have some interest in you as well. When you have a site like Plenty of Fish or Match.com, it's like a feeding frenzy, free-for-all. Okay? These girls are getting 50 messages a day. So, I mean, some of the really pretty girls are getting upwards of over that. And it's just completely overwhelming. I remember years ago, my stepsister decided to sign up for a Plenty of Fish account just to see what it was like. Online dating was relatively new back then. And we were like, well, let's check it out. We'll see what it's like. We must have set it up at like 12 o'clock at night. It was pretty late. I think it was like 8 o'clock in the morning. We just checked or whatever, and it was like over 30 messages in one night. And that was late night when everybody was, I mean, it was after midnight probably when we set it up. It's just crazy. I mean, it's so overwhelming for these girls. And you have to understand that you have to be patient, okay? I could tell you what happens to a lot of girls. They go online, they are seeing these huge list of messages, and then they're like, oh my gosh, I don't want to deal with this right now. I'll take a look at it later, and they sign off, right? And you know what happens? Quite a few of those guys will see that she's been online and start to freak out and get angry because she came online and didn't respond to their messages. Guys, I have to tell you, that is so weak and needy and desperate and pathetic. You get hostile and angry towards these girls just because they haven't read your message yet or responded to you. Well, what do you want them to do? If they're not interested in you, do you want them to be like, yeah, the thing is that I think you're ugly? Why would she do that? Why would she say that to you? She's not going to go out of her way to hurt your feelings. If somebody's interested in you, they're going to message you back. You just have to wait until they're ready to do it. And here's the thing, guys. If you get angry at women and insult them because they didn't message you back in a time in which you expected to be messaged back, aren't you proving her point that she should have rejected you? Because now look at how hostile you've gotten towards her. How are you going to be in a relationship? How is she supposed to trust and feel safe with you if that's the kind of behavior you're going to do right off the get-go? I mean, I get that rejection hurts, and you may be sitting there and be like, rejection doesn't hurt, just screw that girl or whatever. No. Rejection hurts, and you've been rejected before, and that is why you're getting so hostile. So, this is a teachable moment for you guys, okay? If you have ever been guilty of lashing out at a girl because she rejected you or she didn't message you back and you start getting angry at her, the problem isn't with that girl. The problem is what's going on within you. Okay? You have obviously been hurt and rejected in your life before, and it's triggering that emotion and that painful experience and that pain that you had probably from your early childhood. I'm guessing with issues of abandonment, probably with your caregivers. That pain, which you haven't resolved, you're projecting onto this other person who doesn't even know you. They've never even met you. They don't owe you anything. And guys, I gotta tell you, beautiful women have a ton of options. And it's not going to be very long before they find a guy who is self-centered, self-centered? Centered. Not self-centered. Centered, strong, confident, to come along and make her feel safe. You know, it's like they reject you and you want to get revenge. Come on, man. That's not how you treat a woman. That's not how you treat women, because they might not be interested in you. I mean, look at it from this perspective. Let's say a dude messaged you, okay? And you're not a chick, you're you. A dude messaged you and starts telling you how hot you are and how he wants to take you out and hook up with you and all these graphic things that you probably say to women, right? You gonna message him back? You gonna set up a date and a time? No. You're gonna be like, what the hell is this? I'm not messaging this dude back. Or maybe you will, and you're gonna be, you know, going back at him and being like, I'm not gay or whatever, and you start lashing out at this dude. The point is that take that feeling for a minute of somebody that you're not attracted to and you're not interested in forcing themselves on you and being like, what the heck? I'm not interested in you. Well, that's how they feel when you keep coming on to them and they're obviously not interested. A guy that's a catch, a guy that has options, isn't going to act like that because he knows there's going to be another girl that is interested in him relatively soon. So, you have to exhibit emotional self-control. Alright? Wait until she messages you back. Do not message her twice in a row. If she's interested, she's going to get back to you. Think about it. If a girl messaged you, aren't you going to get back to her when you're ready? Of course. Sometimes it might be a week. Sometimes it'll even be 2 weeks later. But maybe she's talking to somebody else and she goes on a date with him and he's a jerk, or she's not interested in him. She might go back and look at yours, your profile, and message you. Now, you gotta understand, so many of the messages that girls get are just terrible. And I talk about it in my video, 9 worst types of messages for online dating. So watch that one, 9 worst types of messages for online dating, where I go into detail the mistakes that many guys make. So, you have to understand, tons of bad messages. Then when she gets a good guy, and eventually she'll get through all these other crazies, she'll get to you and she'll probably give you a chance. So what kind of a message do you want to send? That's what you're probably wondering at this point, right? Well, you want to read her profile. Look at what she's talking about and see what she's interested in, see what she's passionate about, and then engage her in a conversation about that. You know, if it's something that's important to her, she's going to be excited to talk about it and share it with you, and you're probably going to stand way above all these other guys that are messaging hi or are you horny? And believe me, there are a lot of guys that are doing that. Hopefully none of you guys are subscribed to my videos and thinking that's the kind of advice that I'm giving out. Now, if you're just subscribing, then you better listen up and knock that kind of behavior off, because it's only going to creep these girls out, freak them out, scare them, overwhelm them, and then they're going to just get off the website for good because they're going to be like, I can't do it. It was just too crazy, too creepy. So, send a message that's casual, very casual to her about something that she's talking about on her profile. 2 or 3 sentences max. One other thing that I would suggest, if you want to do this, is occasionally you could try sending out like a little joke, and don't tell her the punchline. Mention 2 or 3 sentences about her profile, then end off with a joke, with a setup, and then tell her the punchline when she replies back to your message. If you come on too strong, you're gonna freak a girl out. Just make it very casual. Wait for her to reply. Now, every once in a while, you may go back and forth with a girl, like 3 or 4 messages, and then you don't hear from her. You can wait about a week, week and a half, and then do a follow-up message if you don't hear from her then, and you want to pursue it a little bit more. But only send 1 more message at that point. If she doesn't reply to that, forget it. Move on. So, if you liked what I had to share in this video, make sure you put a like on it. I put out videos Monday through Friday, so be sure to subscribe to the channel. And if you want to get my help personally, go to my website, askcraig.net. Sign up for the coaching option that works best for you. I'm Craig Kenneth, and I will talk with you soon.